bath. In the last year, everybody talks about ice baths.
Burn fat by activating brown fat.
Even a well-known professor who always emphasizes how you can save your own life by doing that.
And there's some wonderful science on this.
It builds muscle, burns fat, makes you feel better, improves recovery, and it all boils down to 4 words. You have been fooled.
אתם שמעתם את הגאון?
Let's begin. What's up guys, welcome to your fitness pal, and do you see her? She was a part of a TV show and a research paper. This girl is 24 years old and she was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Now she was prescribed with antidepressants that didn't help with her symptoms until that happened. She began a weekly cold water swimming program which took place between once or twice a week. Within 90 days, she was no longer diagnosed with depression. After 4 months, she stopped her drug treatment completely. And after 1 year follow-up, she was still medication-free. This is the most cited study on the entire internet on how cold water immersion can affect depression. But is it true? Do ice baths help cure depression, increase muscle size, burn fat and improves recovery?
אתם שמעתם את הגאון?
So, a week ago while I was driving, I saw in front of me, surprise surprise, more cars. But not just any car. I noticed a specific car that came from the abyss, on which rooftop some kind of a garbage can was tied. And I immediately remembered that I saw that. A YouTube video that reached 44 million views with the exact same garbage can. Or in a language that will justify the price they paid. Let's call it a tub. Both of them are not the only ones using the exact same product. In the last year or so, on YouTube, TikTok, or even in a literal garbage can in the middle of the street, if you wanna become Superman and get a gajillion health benefits, all you need to do is an ice bath. Which does everything except making me coffee and pay taxes.
אתם שמעתם את הגאון?
Not yet, but a little click on the subscribe button and the bell icon will activate it. But what does science say? Let's begin with muscle mass. A month ago, a new meta-analysis came to light, which isn't yet officially published, which overviewed the effect of cold water immersion after workout on muscle growth. Now, it had quite a few limitations that you can see right here on the screen, but in the bottom line, cold water immersion immediately or 15 minutes after a strength training session lowered the effect of muscle building compared to without.
אתם שמעתם את הגאון?
Now, the magnitude of the effect wasn't big, but it was more present in the protocols that involved ice baths. Or in other words, to date, there is no evidence that cold water immersion after workout can help build muscle. Now, for a different topic. This is Andrew Huberman.
I'm Andrew Huberman. My name is Andrew Huberman.
A professor of neurobiology.
I'm a professor of neurobiology.
In quite a few podcasts, he talks about cold water immersion.
Cold water, cold exposure, cold shower.
And back in the day when Twitter was still a bird, Andrew tweeted about a research paper that cold showers led to a reduction in abdominal fat, waist circumference, and also psychological improvements. But that's not true. We don't need a research paper to know that a professor would be trusted more. Especially Andrew, that only for that tweet got 4.5 million views. But what happens when the professor himself,
My name is Andrew Huberman,
didn't read the paper? The claims of the activation of brown fat will help with weight loss.
The big effects of cold on metabolism and fat burning is that if you expose yourself to cold, you have the opportunity to trigger activation of brown fat.
Aren't based on high-quality human evidence as an effective strategy for weight control. Or, in simple terms, don't get inside an ice bath in order to lose weight. We're not there yet. Second of all, that's the tweet about the paper. And although it's indeed much better than that,
I was introduced to cold showers, so there's a study back in '93. I can't exactly tell you the name of it and or the source.
it's okay, look for the study. But also the second study that Andrew tweeted doesn't say that. There were 2 groups. One did nothing, a control, and the other one did the cold water immersion. Which group saw a greater improvement in waist circumference, belly fat, and anxiety and overall well-being? There's no answer. When conducting a study which involves 2 groups, the goal is to compare them, right? They didn't do that here. Why? Only God knows. Second of all, I know as well. The group that was immersed in the water was told that it has a lot of benefits. That can bias a placebo effect. Which brings us to the last topic, which is exactly our first topic. Did the cold water cure the woman's depression from the beginning? No. First, it's a study on 1 person. And from a study of that nature, I can conclude approximately nothing. Otherwise, we should have warned you about avocados, Why? In this study, a 15-year-old boy almost died from an allergic reaction to an avocado. It tells us nothing. Second of all, who said it happened because of the temperature? According to a meta-analysis that was published this year, exercise in general is efficacious in treating depression and depressive symptoms. So maybe it was the swimming that helped her, not necessarily the temperature. Maybe the fact that you get into cold water and by that you overcome a challenge makes you feel better. Which brings us to the last topic. Placebo. Do you know how powerful your thoughts are? More than you think. Sticky dish. In this study, researchers gave powerlifters steroids with an immediate effect. But not really. They actually gave them saccharin pills, which is a sweetener. But they didn't know that. It had so much of an impact here that everyone broke their own PR on the squat, deadlift and bench press. And that's exactly the deal with ice baths. Even when trying to evaluate, does it improve recovery? Compared to nothing, the answer is yes. Compared to a placebo, not really. When a recovery beverage was given to soccer players after practice, when in fact it was actually just a fruit-flavored drink, when it was compared to cold water immersion, in all of the measurements, muscle soreness, jump test, the cold water immersion and the placebo drink showed the same effect. And it's not the only study that shows that the effect of cold water immersion on recovery is right here. So why do many athletes get into a cold bath after training? Why are you afraid of your phone's radiation and therefore not putting it inside your pocket? Because that's what you've been told. There is no ionizing radiation in a cell phone, with or without a charger, with or without headphones, under or above the pillow. As of today, there is no evidence that cell phones radiation causes cancer. And that's according to the FDA, National Cancer Institute and Cancer Research UK. For you, it will still be hard to believe because all your life you've been told that it's bad. Although you have no evidence that cell phones cause cancer, and we presented you with a scientific consensus. This is called confirmation bias. The tendency of people to prefer to stick with their own belief and ignore evidence. But the quality of the overall evidence is just not there. If you like to take a cold shower, break the ice. Just be careful not to catch hypothermia and know that as of today it doesn't do all the magic you've been told. People see and hear personal anecdotes online and want to believe that there is that magic that does everything except vacuuming and changing a light bulb in a chandelier. Don't forget to share this video with whoever you know who has once taken a shower. Smash that like button, click the notification bell for more amazing videos, and we will see you in the next one that will be even crazier than this one. Bye bye.